Johnson, who can share her challenges as a mom who has 3 children, and she can explain the challenges that she's faced in providing care for them while she works. So, Jhalysa, you have the podium.
Thank you so much. Good morning. My name is Jhalysa Johnson, and I am a mother of 3. I am a parent leader who has spent years making sure that parents' voices are represented in the spaces where decisions about our families are being made. When we talk about childcare, we often talk about it as a family expense, but for working parents, childcare is directly tied to our ability to earn an income in the first place. We tell parents to go to work, to build careers, go back to school, increase our income, create stability for our children, while sometimes ignoring how much it actually costs us to just make those things possible. Like we said, I have 3 children, and without the Child Care Assistance Program, at the current local center-based rates, I could easily be looking at just over $1,000 a week in childcare. And listen, I'll spare you all of my mom rants about childcare throughout the summer and just give you the numbers. So that's about $4,000 a month for my 3 children. And over the course of the summer, it is just over $9,000 just for childcare. So this is what it costs for me to remain in the workforce. Childcare is essentially my cost of admission to employment, and there's no opting out of it for me. If I want to work, my children have to be cared for, and that is the bottom line. Summer isn't an emergency, it comes every year. School closes, but unfortunately my job does not. I work in mental health, supporting families, and helping parents navigate systems and build stability in their homes. And for me, there's something deeply frustrating about spending my career helping families find stability while knowing that something as simple as a childcare shortage could destabilize my entire world. I've had mornings where I'm supposed to be getting ready for work and getting ready for 3 kids to get out the door and get to school, but instead I'm on my phone trying to figure out who can take my kids for the day. And when that happens enough, the worry changes. You just stop thinking about what am I gonna do today, and you start wondering, how many times can this actually happen before my job stops understanding? Eventually, a child care crisis becomes an employment crisis. And that's why the Child Care Assistance Program is so important to mothers and parents like myself. Child care assistance doesn't remove my ability or my responsibility to provide for my children, but it gives me the ability to do exactly that. Without assistance, parents with multiple children can spend an enormous portion, if not all of their income, for the ability to clock into work. And then we turn around and we tell those same parents to earn more, advance professionally, go back to school, become financially independent. And within that, there's a contradiction that we all have to acknowledge. Child Care Assistance Program doesn't make parents less independent. It makes our independence possible. And I also think it's incredibly important, especially while standing here asking for more, to acknowledge what our leaders have already gotten right. We are incredibly blessed in Monroe County. We have local leaders and lenders across New York State who have listened to the parents, invested in child care assistance, and have been willing to look at this issue differently, like bringing parents into the conversation. Now, with the Universal Child Care Program, we have an opportunity for families around us that other communities simply do not have. And as a parent who has personally and still utilizes the Child Care Assistance Program, and a parent leader who now gets to participate in these policy conversations, I understand the significance of both sides. I am incredibly grateful, but I also don't want Monroe County to simply be the place that just got lucky. Let's look at what happens when childcare becomes truly accessible. Look at workforce retention, family stability, career advancement, and provider capacity. Look at what happens to children when their care remains consistent and they're not looking for what tomorrow brings. Then take that information and scale it to what works, because childcare shouldn't be a lottery determined on your zip code. And I want to point out the irony of where I'm at right now. I'm a mother of 3 standing at a press conference about childcare on my lunch break. I feel like I have to repeat that. I'm a mother of 3 standing at a press conference about childcare on my lunch break. And for me, this is difficult because I have to go right back to work after this. I chose to spend the 1 hour in my workday that belongs to me standing right here to talk about childcare. And that shows how important this is to me. And I know I'm not the only parent who feels this strongly. There are parents who would be standing right here with me today. Parents who would tell you how important this is, how much the child care, the CAP program has made things possible for their families. Parents with ideas, experiences, and solutions that policymakers need to hear. But guess what? They're at work or they don't have childcare. And honestly, there are probably parents who couldn't find childcare to come to the press conference about childcare. There's humor in the irony of that, but there's also something very serious underneath it. When parents aren't in this room, please do not mistake our absence for silence. We are here, we care, we have been telling you what we need, and sometimes we're just doing it in between the daycare drop-offs, a full workday, and pickup. And today, I chose to do it on my lunch break. So when I ask our leaders to listen to parents, invest in providers, strengthen the child care workforce, and take what's working here in Monroe County and scale it, I'm not speaking theoretically. I literally used my lunch break, and I keep saying that because this is just crazy to me. This is how important it is to me. Please don't let Monroe County be the exception. Let us be the example. Thank you.